We're gonna
Well,
give
it's
you shit
great.
about this.
It's great to be live for the first and only time today.
Yeah. I don't know what everyone's talking about. Meg was just hanging out in chat 9 minutes early just for fun. Just
Yeah,
hanging
she was
out.
just excited to be here, is all she was talking about. And I don't know,
Exactly.
Quentin and Sergey were talking about.
Yeah. 100%. Oh, I was so stoked.
So
Uh,
this little like three-wheeled truck right here.
uh-huh.
There's a scene where they're trying to escape the Shinra building, and they go down to the lobby, and they steal this truck for everybody else, and they also steal this motorcycle for Cloud to attack enemies on.
Gotcha.
So that's what this is.
That's the context for it. Well, I'm gonna make it pretty. Meg said she was playing PowerWash and got an alert saying Logan was playing PowerWash, and I was like, yay! Oh, it's is that like baby blue or is that supposed to be white? And I'm just color idiot.
It's like
It looks like a light
teal.
blue to me.
It's like teal, like a teal
Okay.
truck.
So I'll be honest, I've never played or watched or seen or know anything about Final Fantasy. So fair warning. I
Well,
got no
just so
context
you
for
know,
anything.
none of the numbered Final Fantasies have any relation to each other outside of being references.
Oh, okay.
So Final Fantasy VII, which is what this is all based off of, has nothing to do with any of the prior six Final Fantasies. But they do reference them. Like they make like little like Easter egg references to each other.
That sounds confusing as hell.
So that's why you can have games like Final Fantasy VII and then Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus and Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core,
Oh my god. There were
because
them.
all of the Final Fantasy VII subtitle games are related to each other.
Lovely. Huh. Next is, oh, I am playing the research edition, by the way, to get the special skins. What is the
The Research
research
Edition?
edition?
What does that mean?
Yeah,
I want special skins.
that sounds gross. Like, it sounds like it puts the lotion on creepy when you say that. I want special skins. Give me
I want to make a lamp out of them. Also, there's someone named Sid in every Final Fantasy. Yes, there is, and that character is always in charge of the airship, which ends up being the fast travel.
So Meg says, so there's a beta of PowerWash called Research Edition.
Oh. You have to pay extra for it?
Is it like another game in Steam kind of thing? It's free! Basically, a university asks you questions about your gameplay throughout the game.
Final Fantasy VI is the best Final Fantasy, followed by 7 and 3. I have started many Final Fantasies. I have never beaten a single one.
Because you just got overwhelmed by it, or it just didn't tickle your fancy?
I've started 7, 10, 4, and 9.
Jesus Christ, you couldn't even go in order, Logan?
No, and that was actually the order I played them in. The reason why I didn't finish any of them was because I got lost and didn't know where to go.
Yeah, that happens to me in games. I'm not gonna lie. Especially if you put it down, then I'm absolutely fucked. Especially because we play so many games on streams that it's hard for me to keep track of things. So that's how I end up not playing. Thank you. That's how I end up not finishing games on my own. So if I want to play a game, I just play it on stream. It works.
Sergio says 7 has the best Battle Fist system until 17. Also,
17?
11...
He says until 15.
15.
But 15?
Yeah. In fact, 11 and I think 13 are MMOs.
So just like completely
11 and
changes.
14.
How dare you get this wrong, Logan?
I'm I like the classic Final Fantasies. I more so like 7 over the rest of them, and that's purely because I'm just more prone to like sci-fi over fantasy, and all of the older Final Fantasies are very heavily fantasy themed, whereas Final Fantasy VII was like, let's get all that fantasy stuff out of here and make it sci-fi.
Let's get all the fantasy out of our game called Final Fantasy.
Let's make that fantasy and make it science fantasy. Although the phi in sci-fi doesn't stand for fantasy, it stands for fiction.
Meg would never play 6 because the main villain is a killer clown. Oh, absolutely not. I'm with Meg.
Kefka?
Fuck that.
Kefka's not even a clown. He's just silly. I think his name's Kefka.
Nope, that's still a hard no for me.
He doesn't even look like a clown. He's just got pale skin and colorful clothes.
Hey, sometimes that's enough of an association to be like, nope, I'm out.
Fair enough. You know, I can't fault you for that. He doesn't give me clown energy though.
He's a court jester but has clown makeup, Logan. To Sergio.
Okay. Hey, if it doesn't float your boat, it doesn't float your boat.
And I like
I'm
my
not
boat
going to give
floated.
anybody shit about it.
I like my boat's floating, not sinking.
That's a good thing for a boat to be.
Yeah. Just ask the Titanic.
I think.
Not Meg's Titanic, though. Her Titanic is beautiful.
Have you seen what Hang Time did to their Lego Titanic?
Oh, yeah, you told me about that.
It was pretty great. I'm a big fan of destruction, so. Listen, if I want to look at a complete one, I'll just go to Meg's house. If I want to look at a destroyed one, I'll go to the Hang Time office.
Quentin, nice. He says, I like submarines, though.
Okay, I think that's the truck, until you finish what you're working on.
There's something on this rear wheel mount.
Yeah, it's back in here.
I'm gonna check the list. Door handles and exhaust. Door handles and exhaust. That's exhaust right here.
This door handle is done.
All right, that should be the exhaust. That should be everything. Yeah.
To the motorcycle.
Sergio says, and then Tara and her crew have to piece the world back together to defeat him. Also, 6 is the best because it has one of the most ridiculous options in a fight ever.
There was a Final Fantasy, like, it was like the Smash Bros of Final Fantasy on the PSP called Final Fantasy Disdia. And basically you just like selected a character from one of each of the Final Fantasy games at the time. And it was like you just fought them against each other. It was like one hero and one villain. There was a sequel that introduced more characters, but I played the crap out of that game.
Yeah, I just don't think Final Fantasy would tickle me. It would not entertain me.
I think you would like the story of 7.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of good stories, but I can only enjoy those said stories when someone else can play the game. That part doesn't entertain me. I'm here for the story a lot of times.
Well, when they release...
no one.
They're in the process of releasing remakes of Final Fantasy VII, but in chunks. Like, they released the first chunk already, and they're working on the second chunk now. When they release the full re-release of Final Fantasy VII, I'd be down to play that on stream while you watched.
Ooh. I'm going to read. Sergio says, so there's a character named Sabin who has a suplex move. Famously, you can command high to suplex and giant ghost train balls.
That's awesome.
Dicia was weird.
It was very weird, but it was very fun.
Sergio says, I would probably, talking about me, would probably like the story of 6-2. Terra is probably the most powerful protagonist in Final Fantasy history. Sorry, I get to keep getting distracted as well because a cat is absolutely tearing apart her tree over here, having a blast. So I just keep hearing all these noises and her just meowing at herself like she's super proud that she's fighting with the sticks of the tree. Like I don't get what she's doing, but she's having fun.
Another thing that's common across all the Final Fantasy games is summons. You can summon like giant beasts to help you in battle sometimes, and it's always the same ones. They might look different, but they all have the same names. It's like Fenrir and Shiva, and I can't really remember any of the other ones, but they're all like the same names.
This is going to be an absolute bitch to figure out the spots that aren't done.
Oh yeah, it's got all kinds of little nooks and crannies.
Yeah, and they're all going to be like super fucking specialized names of the parts. Like, I don't fucking know what this blah, 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 blah thing is you're talking about.
I'm just going like wide nozzle and just.
So am I. I gave up on delicate.
I'm not seeing what the text messages say, so I don't know who we're consulting with during this. But since these vehicles are in the lobby of the Shinra building, it makes me think that we're doing this just before Cloud and all them bust in here and steal them.
That would be good.
Which is very funny.
Sergio says, I don't remember if Knights of the Round is in any other game besides 7, but in Final Fantasy 7, summoning Knights of the Round is a 3+ minute cutscene. Oh my god! That's ridiculous. Quentin says Goma. I assume that's the name of one of the other ones that you can...
It might be. I don't know. I know Goma is the name of a Zelda boss that reappears several times, and that might be what he's referencing.
Bike rear wheel guard.
Rear wheel guard, huh? What's this thing?
Hey! Right, did it!
Alright, Cloud. I call shotgun.
It is, says Quentin. Hey! Scorpion Sentinel.
Whoa, we're gonna clean the friggin' first major boss of the game.
Is that the first major boss of the game?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Oh god, it moves. It's alive. Just
I wonder
in case you were curious.
I wonder if we clean the sensor, it'll start attacking. I mean, it won't. I know it won't because that's how this game works. But it'd be funny if we cleaned the sensor and it just started attacking us.
Would not be funny. That would not be funny. Looks like he got his ass kicked in the fight.
Since we're cleaning like vehicles in Shinra's like main lobby, and now this boss who was built by Shinra, kind of makes me think that we were hired by Shinra.
Behold, the Scorpion Sentinel, one of Shinra's greatest achievements in military robotics. Your identity has already been stored in its database as a non-target, so don't worry about getting shot at or start scrubbing. You're quite safe.
There you go.
For now.
Well, there you go. That answers that question.
Heidegger looks like is who's sending us that message. If that name has any context for anybody.
What's their name?
Heidegger.
Heidegger. I'm not familiar with that. I'm sure it's from the game. I just don't recall.
Meg says, having read the messages, yes, you are, partially. Sergio says, each time you do it. There was a strategy for beating Sephiroth. Way back when that involved one of your characters using Knights of the Round, and then your other two characters having a copy materia and copying that first summon of Knights, so you would do it once, set it up, and then walk away for 12-ish minutes at a time. Good lord.
When I was in 4th grade, there was a kid who was in the grade above me who rode my bus, and that's how we became friends. And he was obsessed with Final Fantasy VII. And he was also obsessed with another JRPG called Legends of Dragoon, which is a really good one, but not the topic here today. But I remember him like coming and telling me about these like fantastical adventures he was doing in this game. And of course, it was on the PlayStation 1, so like it looked like what a PlayStation 1 looked like.
Mm-hmm.
But as he was describing it to me, I had these images of what he was telling me happening in my head that did not match up to what the game showed. But I lived Final Fantasy VII vicariously through a kid on my bus before I actually played it myself and then never beat it.
No way.
PS1 Hagrid is the best Hagrid forever.
Hey, Booth Daddy, will you get her away from my door, please?
Yeah.
Thanks. Meg says, person A in the first level, person B in the second level, person C in the third level, person A, I think, in the fourth level, and then either A or B in fifth level. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
I don't either. Maybe that's who we're dealing with. Like, who hired us to do the jobs?
Also, R.I.P. Hagrid's actor. Sergio says, Clay, did you see the absolute unit of a car I sent you on Discord?
Oh, no, I haven't had a chance to look at Discord yet. Sorry about that.
It's been a day. It's been a
Certainly
day.
has.
I left my
It
house.
has been at least one day.
I left my house early this morning, like super, like, all right, I left early. That's great. I'm going to get there a little bit earlier than I have been. I'm super excited. That did not happen. Did not happen at all. Thankfully, I'm a habit of, I don't care if I know where I'm going when it comes to traveling in the car. I always still use my Google Maps
Oh, I do too.
because we live in a city and
Even if I'm
traffic.
going home.
Well, that's because you get lost on a straight road.
That's true.
I live in a city with fucking traffic from hell, and I don't want to get caught off guard. So thankfully, I do that every morning going into work no matter what. So this morning it was like, hey, this route's going to like save you 3 minutes. And I'm like, sure, what the hell? You led me correct last night, so I'll follow your directions this morning. And I didn't follow you a couple days ago, and I got real fucked. So I listened to Google Maps, and thank God I did, because the 3 minutes faster was at the current time, but after the traffic had built up, it was a lot more than that, because the southbound lanes of that freeway that I would have been on were completely blocked by overturned semi.
Oh my god.
And once you're on that frontage road, you're on that frontage road.
You know what?
And there's sometimes there's places to pull off, every like maybe a mile and a half, but that could be a mile and a half of traffic that you're fucking stuck in until you get to that point.
In the on my way to work this morning, there was a huge accident where a car ran into a power pole.
It
And
was
they
a
had to
day for
redirect
fucking
traffic.
accidents.
Must have been busy at work then.
Yeah.
How'd you get up there? I've been trying to get up there forever.
Look, there's a.
Oh, there's scaffolding. Oh, man.
That's fun.
I've been like bouncing off the top of this like antenna on the head of this scorpion mech.
trying to get up here.
Yeah. Just trying to
Let me try
catch it
to-
in the right angle.
I'm trying to get on this leg here. Okay. So it just says, oh, hey, Steve. So it just says,
Hey,
Shelby, I don't know
Steve.
how you found a job so quickly. All these job sites are the worst. Well, I only use Indeed. And, you've only been looking for a day and only applied to government jobs yesterday. I was about a month. Yeah, it was a month of me applying
Aw.
places. Oh, nice. Quinn says, meanwhile, I didn't have to drive to work today. Well, lucky you. You got to stay home in the safety.
Man, Steve, I'm jealous.
That was Quentin. Sorry, did I say Steve?
Well, I can be jealous of Steve, too.
I'm jealous of Steve, too.
I thought you said Steve said that.
I might have. Oh. Man, these little rivets are going to be an absolute nightmare. Quentin says, we're driving around, running errands, and going bowling. Oh, yeah, you went bowling again. Did you have fun? Also, when are you going to pull the trigger and just buy your own bowling gear? Oh, no. Oh, I can kind of walk on this. Makes it much easier. Sergio says, I mean, he does get early access to pub subs, so that's a reason to be jealous of Steve. Steve enjoyed that. Yeah, I was thinking more along the line of access to those sweet public sprinkle cookies. Man, could I go for some of that. Also, so when I was there visiting last, really good bakery. Like, I will say that, right? So
Right.
they
Right about
have
that.
like,
I clicked a button.
oh. How dare Booth Daddy click a button.
Wow, you're messing up during a stream? How could you do
Yeah,
such
like
a
I
thing?
said, it's been one of those days.
It's just one of those days!
Steve says, I've got that insider knowledge. Quinn says, it was very fun, and I might soon. Yes, do it. Do it.
Do it.
Meg says, how dare you, Booth Daddy.
Oh, wow.
She says,
All the
like,
bellows
look
and
like
casings
Booth
are done on the tail.
Daddy. Yeah. So their Publix bakeries are good. So when I was there, I got these like chocolate ganache cakes that Publix really fucking does well. And
I
then
love the chocolate ganache cake that Publix has.
yeah, I
So
bought like
good.
the mini one for me and my grandma to have one. And then my aunt bought the full, like, you know that Publix cake that's like the Publix cake they like to put on all advertisements that's absolutely gorgeous and
that
beautiful.
thing's expensive. The big one?
Yeah. Well, my aunt bought one for us because she wanted to give me something nice. I hadn't seen her like over 3 years. We missed each other. And she was like, this is my Valentine's Day gift to you. And so she brought that over for us to have together. And it was so good, but it was literally the night before I left, so I didn't get to have much of it. And all I wanted was more of that since then. But the fucking HEB does not have that at their bakery, and I'm heartbroken. So all I really want is a fucking Publix ganache chocolate cake. So
You might want to
bad.
look and see if there's like a privately owned baker or something that does a ganache cake.
Oh, I'm 100% sure there is, but that would require me to, like, pay probably a good penny and to go
Oh,
there.
yeah, for sure.
That's the kicker. That I'm like, oh, I really just want a mini one. Like, I just want a small piece.
Quentin and Meg, I do not know what you're talking about.
Quentin says, I think I might wait for the bowling alley to open up closer to us, and I'm wanting to get my tattoo soon, so I've already set aside money for that. What tattoo are you going to get? Oh, sorry. What is your tattoo going to be up? I can't talk. I'm trying to burp.
Is it
while
going to
I'm
be like
talking.
2 fishing poles crossed over each other with an angry fish skull between them?
Please say yes. Even though that's not it, just please say yes. Just do it. A mythosaur skull?
Is that a Star
Yeah.
War? Why is this boy so green?
Stealing your ladder. I'm stealing
I
your
was-
ladder.
I was just about to take that ladder.
No, place ladder. Okay, you can take ladder now.
I can't, you're on it.
I am not on that ladder. That is a lie.
Wait. What did I just do? I raised the arm.
Oh!
You can move the machine around.
How'd you do that? Oh, you're smacking me.
You just look at it and push F.
Oh. Oh, fucking Logan!
Shelby just going.
It is the Mandalorian symbol, says Quentin. Psst,
Oh.
shitballs.
I watched the first episode of that.
A Mandalorian?
Mm-hmm.
Season 3.
Yep.
Is it good?
I haven't seen it. Oh, it's really good. I haven't seen a single episode of a Bad Batch yet, but I watched the first episode of Mando when that came out.
I mean, priorities.
I mean, I'm not getting spoiled for Bad Batch. And if I don't watch Mandalorian, I will get spoiled.
Yeah,
So
I should probably cave on that and start doing it. Shit.
I can afford to wait until Bad Batch is all the way out to watch it. What just happened?
I'm trying to pick up the ladder.
I got kicked out of the game.
Well, I can't pick up. Okay, hold on. Oh, that's fucking shit. I can't remember the button to turn the equipment.
Rotate the mouse. The scroll wheel. Oh, new Mandalorian comes out tomorrow?
Again, y'all should know me by now. I'm a big fan of new season comes out. I have to watch all of the old seasons first. So that's got to happen first and foremost.
I don't like doing that.
I love doing it that way.
I loaded it in with the ladder in my hand.
Oh, good, because the ladder was broken. It wouldn't let me move it.
Well, it's fixed now.
Good. Another message from Heidegger. But you think we would stop there? Of course not. I have no context for what. I may have missed a message along the way. Are you moving that thing repeatedly over and over and over?
Oh, I'm trying to tip it down so I can get these little bits. But if you're
Okay.
trying to do something, I can put it back.
No, I just kept going and I was like, am I doing that?
No, it was me.
How dare you? Comes out on Wednesdays. Right, tomorrow's Wednesday. Man, tomorrow's only Wednesday. I'm tired.
I liked it better when Wednesday wasn't Wednesday.
Liked it when Wednesday was your Thursday.
Yeah. We should go back to that.
You will as soon as
Like,
tax
we-
season's over.
We as a society should go back to that.
We as a society should change how our work is completely set up. Other countries are doing it, and they're much happier.
Yeah, but millionaires can't be billionaires if the workforce isn't working.
Right. And so sometimes my Wednesdays or Tuesdays, that sounds painful.
That's awful. Listen. Steve
Listening?
doesn't go to work sometimes 6 days a week and bust his freaking back making sure that customer service is in tip-top shape so Todd Jones can't own 3 yachts, okay?
So
He's got to get out there and bust his hump so Todd Jones can own his 3rd yacht.
Steve likes that. So it's funny that you talk about customer service because when I had to go into the Publix when I was there, it blew me away. I mean, granted, I haven't been in a grocery store, but like to that Publix in months and months and months and months type deal. Like I haven't been inside an HEB in years, but it's just still like reminds me of how much customer service and customer focused Publixes are, because they're like all super happy and cheery and nice and kind, and I'm like, you're greeting me, cashier. This didn't happen pre-pandemic at HEB. They're like, eh. Scan.
They have to, or
Scan.
they'll be fired.
Scan. Well, that makes me sad. I thought they were just generally upbeat people.
No, people, that doesn't exist in real life.
Well,
Nobody's
now
happy, Shelby. Nobody's
now it makes me feel bad
excited
that well, it made me happy that they were being nice to me. And there was this young kid, and he was like super excited. And then he like pulls out his Velcro wallet to see how
he
much
must have been
money
new.
he had. Oh yeah, he was a baby. He was
must
a
have been
baby.
new. Publix hasn't done its work on him yet.
And he was the bagger, so obviously, still young, inexperienced.
Steve,
the more
I remember my first day.
That's the problem. He hasn't been beaten into submission yet, says Quentin. Get my username changed and a few other things. Apparently, I may have hit against the follow per hour limit, and it may have caused them to think I was a bot. So I'm currently perma-banned from TikTok and had to submit a ticket.
That is bonkers, dude.
I thought it was
tried
just going to time you out.
Yeah, I thought that you were already back. I didn't realize it was like that because I found a TikTok that I wanted to show you, and I was like, oh, he's on TikTok. I'll send it to him on TikTok. And I couldn't find him. I tried to search for him. He wasn't following me. And I figured that was just because he hit that limit or whatever. So I just texted it to him. I was like, yeah, he'll get it if I text it.
They don't have customer support email or nothing. Should
They
you
don't.
just make a new account? Like, is that account just gone forever? It will live in your memory and that's it? So I may have to tweet at TikTok support on the daily. Oh,
Sergio, the real life person, is struggling to use the app to actually what it's for, to watch videos. Meanwhile, Logan is just being bombarded with spam TikTok messages and followers all the frickin' time.
Snapchat? Is that still a thing? Do people still Snapchat?
Oh, yeah.
I guess they must be, because between Carpe Boredom's email and my personal email, I get so many emails a day about new people following us on Snapchat, and I'm like, what the fuck is people still doing on Snapchat?
We haven't posted a Snapchat in years.
Mine has never posted one, so I don't know
think
what fucking Kool-Aid's being drunk there, but it's being drunk
I used
hard.
to send you Snapchats.
Through
of, like, my
Snapchat?
dog and
I
stuff.
doubt it.
Yeah, I would send you a picture of a dog and you would just reply cute.
But did it through Snapchat? Because I don't know if I ever had Snapchat app on my phone other than to set up the account.
I might be misremembering, but I'm pretty sure because now you're making me doubt myself. I'm pretty sure I remember sending you something and you saying that you saw it.
Yeah, that doesn't mean I saw it through Snapchat, though.
Oh, I guess. But yes, Snapchat is still going strong. I have a friend who lives in Australia, and that's like the only way I'm able to message them is through Snapchat.
Wow. For the love on this piece, where is the dirt still? There you go to the top.
Sergio says, nah, Shelby, I went through the rigmarole of authenticating my email and getting two-factor for them just to throw my account away for no good reason. Yeah, I've heard horror stories about TikTok's customer service and how they treat people because there's no people. It's all automated.
Why would
And
they pay for people?
It's all automated and it kind of sucks. It's not very good. But I'll be goddamned if their algorithm isn't really good at feeding you the exact kind of content you want to see.
But I can't figure out where is the fucking dirt on this fucking piece. You're gonna come over immediately. Just like, I know if I leave. We've received reports of gang activity in the Sector 5 Undercity, most likely Don Corneo's lackeys.
It's not Don Corneo's lackeys. In fact, they all dressed up as prostitutes and tricked Don Corneo into doing something.
Saw a little orange for a second there. So she says, nah, that's not where you are in the timeline, Logan.
Oh no, I figured this is like at the beginning when they go to destroy the reactor. Because that's when you fight this boss. Because Avalanche is a group of eco-terrorists who go and try to destroy like large pollutant gathering things to save the environment. Although it's not really the environment, it's like the essence of the planet.
She says, because if so, the Scorpion would just be destroyed, not being washed. And them going to Don Corneo's is later than that. Going to fucking find this little... Logan's I've cleaned this whole damn thing, and I'm still going to be fighting this fucking One Piece.
The One Piece?
The One
You
Piece.
found it?
Found One Piece.
That makes you king of the pirates.
I must have got it at some point, because now it's showing complete.
You must have got it and didn't realize.
Probably. I just kept spraying it from the bottom, thinking, who knows, maybe I'll get it this way.
Sometimes the best way to find a little bit that you can't find is to just step back and blast it all with
That's
like the widest
exactly
lens.
what I just did. The One Piece
Well, I got the
is
left arm
real.
all done, I think.
Up, I need to go down.
Logan, YouTube. YouTube an album called Black Materia by Mager. I freaking love that album. It's so freaking good. Oh my god. I went and saw he was touring that, and I went and saw him in a concert. Or it was more like a small venue in the back room of a comic book shop, but it was really, really cool. And that album rules. Crap, I fell down again. I'm gonna run in front of your spray one more time. Tee-hee. Didn't have to do that, but I did anyway.
Shocked. Shocked he would do such. Alright, I think the upper half of this thing's done.
Where is this bit of shoulder that I can't find? Is it up in the guts of it?
Barrett's
Yep, it
theme is a good track, says Sergio.
I don't remember what the name of it is, but there is an album that the music all cuts out, and it's just like a woman just like singing a melody of what it is. I think it might be Aerith's theme, but I'm not sure. But that is my favorite album on the whole song, on the whole favorite track on the whole album. Got it. Clean the shoulder. Wait a minute.
Clean that
Hold on a
socket.
second.
Beautiful.
Now I gotta go listen to that album again. Because Sergio made me think about it. I haven't thought about it in years, but now I gotta go listen to it again.
And all I do is listen to the music on my car ride now. It's great. However, because I sing most of the hour there and hour back, my throat hurts by the time I get somewhere. So now I bring drinks with me, so I can drink as I'm singing.
Listen, a year of singing K-pop songs, you will be able to do your own K-pop album.
Yeah,
You'll
sure.
You'll have the practice in.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to learn Korean.
All right.
You can make an
She's
album called
audiobook, Shelby. No, I don't do audiobooks. I've tried. I'm a paper book girl. I'll do podcasts and music. That will keep me very, very happy throughout my car ride.
I wish I had the attention span to read books. I would read so many books. I just do not have the attention span for it.
I love reading books. I love a good paper book, man. That is my jam. I am a physical paper smelling girl when it comes to it. So it says I'm reading 2 books right now, 1 physical and 1 audio.
Dude, that scaffolding started to move, and whenever it's not in a place you can put it, it turns red.
Uh-huh.
So I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I thought the scorpion started fucking moving.
Oh, I'm gonna get you.
I was so confused. I wasn't scared. I was just confused. I'm like, huh? Why is the scorpion moving? It wasn't. I also like the song Dawn of the Slums. That's a really good song on that album.
All right, I got that arm done. No, we can't extend the legs out. That sucks.
Yeah, I think the only thing we can move is the arms. Right, I think the underside is mostly done. Don't know. Here, is this underbelly?
How dare you ask to see my underbelly?
Trying to think of a way I can make an underbelly joke that's not offensive in some kind of way, and I'm just coming up with nothing.
I was thinking about Miko's little fat pouch, to be honest. When I'm talking about underbelly, I was thinking about his little fat pouch, and I was like, I can't wait to go mess with his little fat pouch.
Primordial pouch?
Yeah, mess with it and have a big piss later on.
I was thinking of saying something along the lines of, well, Lewis shows me his underbelly all the time, but that's weird. And then I was thinking about
he
it,
does.
like, well, it's...
little primordial pouch for him, too.
And I bet he doesn't have one. I don't think dogs get that.
That's disappointing. I'm sorry. You don't get that adorableness.
I think that's purely a feline thing. And then I thought about maybe saying, I was like, well, maybe I'll show you my underbelly if you show me yours, but that's weird.
That's weird.
And so I was like, well, what if I just like go like the weird macho like patriarchal way of saying, oh, well, they're doing that's a sign of dominance, but that's weird. So I just gave up. I couldn't think of anything, so I gave up on it.
Good job. Good job.
And it just explained my thought process instead.
That works.
Misogynist, that's the word I was trying to think of. Not patriarchal. It's leg grip. Get a grip.
Ah.
Moving the ladder, it's in my way. I wish there was a way to put it like back on the ground where like it was in the beginning. But once you pick it up and place it somewhere, it's like it's got to be in a place from that point forward.
Yeah, I've never really noticed that, but yeah, you're right. Because it has to be in a spot that it will.
And its initial
Sit
spot like
in.
on the ground doesn't count apparently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bazinga.
So, you were texting me earlier today. You want to
Yes.
talk about that Logan's internet may be better than ours one
Oh,
day.
have you told Clayton about that?
No. I wanted to bring it
So-
up here.
So, Mom got an email from her electric co-op, and I'm also a part of electric co-op, and both the one that my mom uses and the one that I use are installing infrastructure for to the home fiber optic internet, which is what Clayton and Shelby have. And my mom's like, "This is me signing up." I'm like, "This isn't you signing up. This is a survey to show that you're interested." And she goes, "Yeah, well, they're going to ask me one day." And I'm like, "I'm sure they will, but this is not you. This is not what we did for Starlink. This is just you filling out a survey. That's all this is." But anyways, it got to the point, it's like, what internet speeds are you looking for? And there were 3 options on that survey. One of them was 100 megabits per second up and down. And that was the lowest one they had. And I was like, honestly, Mom, for you, that is more than enough. Like, you are not going to need anything more than 100 megabits per second up and down. But they had 2 other options. The middle option, that's right, middle, was 1 gigabit per second. And the fastest and final one was 2 gigabits per second. And I'm like, holy cow. That's more than Clayton and Shelby have. That's so freaking fast.
Logan's jumping into the future with his internet.
Finally things go good for Logan. I get a taco place and fast internet. But
Man,
anyway.
I was so disappointed. They did not have the Roscoe at Torchy's this month. Break my fucking heart, man. That's the best taco of the year.
Well, right now, Quentin, my mom gets about 5 megabits per second, not gigabits. So going from 5 megabits to 100 is a significant jump. I text Shelby, and I was like, holy cow, my mom just got a survey. Guess what the high-end internet rate is going to be for fiber internet for her house? Shelby goes 100. I'm like, nope, that's the low end.
Steve says my mom refuses to update her internet. Why?
Man, if it were up to my dad, my parents would never upgrade. My
Why?
dad's a big stick in the mud. My dad's the kind of person who, once he gets used to doing something, he never wants to change, even if it's to his own detriment. In fact, before I started working at the office, he had all these like old archaic like softwares that he was still using. I came in there and I was like, no, we're getting rid of all of this.
So
And I
made
redid the
him
whole, like-
super happy.
Well, he wasn't working there anymore, so he didn't get a say.
Ha.
But like I redid like the filing cabinet system. I redid the like backup system that we used. I redid. They were using an old 2007 version of Microsoft Word that I got them off of, and now they're using Google Docs. It was ridiculous. What were we saying before this? I kind of got sidetracked.
You're talking about internet.
Oh yeah, Steve.
Steve's mom doesn't want
Steve's-
to change her internet.
What you need to do, Steve, is if your mom is anything like my dad, just start doing it. And they'll either not notice or be like, get out of here, let me do this myself, and then do it themselves.
she hates Spectrum, but she uses CenturyLink, which is god awful. Oh, I remember those names.
That's the other thing I like about the electric cooperative doing their own internet. It's because it's not tied to some mega corporation like AT&T or Spectrum or all them. It's like it's the electric cooperative. It's their own like thing, which is great. And there might be some secret like super donor or something behind all of it, but I just like that it doesn't say Comcast or AT&T or Spectrum on it.
Mm-hmm.
Or frickin' Windstream.
Oh.
I think I saw something after my electric cooperative started sending out stuff about their internet. Windstream's like, well, we're gonna do fiber too, and it's like, nah, man, you should have done it. You should have done this a decade ago. You had the power. You had the money to do the infrastructure, and now that other people are doing it, you don't get to step in. Get out of here. I'm not using you anymore.
Quentin says they're probably piggybacking off of a telecom.
Well, they're installing the infrastructure themselves. They're starting working on putting the infrastructure in later this year, and by the end of the year, they'll have options available for customers to like start buying into it. So, from what I understand, I might be misunderstanding what I'm seeing, but they are inputting the infrastructure themselves from the ground up, which is great. I love to see it.
I want to see that 5 gig internet that AT&T offers.
Honestly, I will probably not be getting 2 gigabit internet. I don't need it.
Oh, we don't need 5 either. Like, we don't ever use over 1, so why am I going to start paying for 5? I just want to see it.
I probably don't even need 1. I could probably get away with doing 100 and be perfectly fine for everything I want to do.
Right.
But it's only like $5 more.
That's the thing. It's like, oh, it's already there. Well, just, I think it's super fast to download that update.
Gwen says he's only seen it twice, and he works for the damn company.
Yeah. I think they were rolling it out in Austin, but they've not rolling it out in Houston yet.
Oh, you know what? I actually got a customer
Chicken
satisfaction survey emailed me from Windstream.
Oh, really?
Front leg hood. Is that you? What's a leg hood? And I was not nice.
Huh.
Front leg hood.
Wheel hood.
Front wheel hood. That's this.
Front
Okay.
wheel hood.
Wheel hood. That's you.
Front wheel hood.
I see you. Claw wrist. Is that you? Are you the claw wrist? Yep. It's in here.
There we go.
All done. But they were like, do you feel like a satisfied tell us how you feel like a satisfied customer. Because after I had gone through and rated basically everything 1 on how satisfied I was with all their services. And they were like, tell us in your words how you feel like a satisfied customer with Windstream. And I was like, well, first of all, I don't feel like a satisfied customer. I feel like I'm being held captive. Oh my God. It's the bar that caught on fire.
The bar. It's a big place to clean.
Which is the arcade cabinet that does it? Is it this one? Is it this one?
What?
One of these arcade cabinets moves aside and you can see the secret base. The secret avalanche base. So this is after the bar caught on fire. Who's paying us to do this? What did the text messages say?
Tifa Lockhart. It's so upsetting to see the bar looking
Hey.
like this. I know it's not the fanciest, but it's home to... And then it clicked off. If I hit escape, does it tell me?
Yeah, if
Yes,
you go
it
in,
is.
there's like an option to like look at past text messages in the escape menu.
I know it's not the fanciest, but it's like home to us and our regulars. A place for people to get homemade food and escape the daily grind.
Tifa's awesome. She's such a good character. She punches real big. But also underneath one of these arcade cabinets or pinball machines is the secret base of Avalanche. So I'm wondering after we clean enough, it's going to open up and we got to clean the secret base.
Well, that would be neat. Quentin says once was for an employee and once was for a regular customer. It's fairly widely available, but it's kind of pricey. Oh, well, I'm not here for that.
But anyways, like I was saying, I don't feel like a value customer. I feel like a prisoner, because you have terrible infrastructure and I have god awful internet speeds, but I have no choice but to take it because it's the only option, and you've monopolized the entire internet market in this area.
You did not say that.
I did.
Oh
And
my
at
God.
the end, they were like, "Hey, if we need to follow up with anything on this survey, why don't you give us your phone number and name?" Yeah, I fucking gave it to him.
Oh God, you're gonna get a call. Oh, that
Give me a call
sucks.
then. Give me a call. I don't give a shit.
I don't want to talk to anybody. Absolutely not.
I'll tell you to your fucking face, Windstream. You suck.
We must have some kind of ladder somewhere or something because I gotta get to the top of this.
The way I look at it is best possible outcome. They'll be like, "Oh, we're sorry you're not satisfied. Here's a $50 credit on your account,"
Oh, yeah.
which I'm not expecting, and I don't anticipate anything to come of this. But if they are like butthurt because I'm not satisfied and they want to try to bribe me with $50, I'll take it.
I'll take your 50
Not-
bucks and then say how shitty you still are.
I'm not going to change my mind, and I'm not going to stop saying it. But I will take your $50.
She says, man, I don't even think we would need that speed, and we are a house of 5 heavy interweb users with 2 folks working from home.
Yeah, I feel like
No, that would probably be the only scenario that you would get close to.
if I were to just do like 100 megabits per second, which I believe, according to the pricing chart for Mom's Electric Cooperative, was $49.99 a month.
Ooh, buddy.
And the 1 gigabit was $79.99, and 2 gigabits was $99.99, which I'm like, that is very inexpensive for those speeds from what I've seen in other companies.
I think we're like 70. We get
Oh, are you
gig.
70?
Mm-hmm. That also comes with free HBO.
Yeah, well, I don't think our electric cooperative will come with free HBO.
Man, how dare they not?
Oh, it's the ladder. I'm like, why do I keep raising up for a second? It's the ladder. Let's get it out of my way. We're probably not. It's the jukebox. That's right. It's the jukebox. The jukebox takes us to the secret base, but it's not doing anything when I interact with it. Basically, like slides away from the wall, and we can go down into the. I don't even remember what's in it. To be honest, I don't even remember what's in the secret base. I just know that's where Avalanche does their meetings. Quentin says, "No, you wouldn't, Shelby." And to be perfectly honest, I don't remember why he's saying that.
Me either. I've been sitting here trying to think what. Free HBO probably. I like my free stuff. I was actually talking to Clayton the other day about all of our subscription services for streaming. So I was discussing one I pay for. Well, I don't really pay for it. One, I'm using credit that I just had that was going to sit there forever and ever and ever until it expired in like 5 years. I'm using that to pay for a subscription service for me to be able to watch all my K-dramas. And I was like, yeah, I think I might go ahead and once I start getting paid and stuff, put that up to the premium subscription. And Clayton's like, yeah, you should, because you watch that more than you watch Netflix now. And I'm like, yeah, I do. He's like, yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah, you're enjoying it and having fun. Why don't you spend a little money on yourself sometimes, Shelby?
That's a no, sir.
Why do you gotta go so gracious with your spending, huh? Why can't you be a little selfish sometimes?
That's a no. I don't understand the words that are coming out of your mouth, Logan.
Ew, the underside of this pinball machine's yucky. What happened to me?
I don't know
I
what
stood
happened
up
to
for
you.
a second. I like stood up for a second. I don't know what's happening to me. Is it the stool? I'm trying to crouch down and I keep standing up.
Sergio said, my brother randomly asked me about splitting a Crunchyroll subscription the other day. I seriously was debating Crunchyroll as well.
I would do Crunchyroll, but they, even though they're owned by Funimation, they don't share broadcasting with Funimation.
There would still be stuff that you're not getting that you want.
Yeah, it's mostly because, and I know this is going to ruffle some feathers, but I cannot watch dubbed anime. I can't do it. I don't have the attention span for it. I need them to just say it to me in English.
You mean you can't watch sub anime?
Correct. I can't watch subbed anime. I need them to just speak it in English, and it's not a racist thing. I don't have the attention span for it. But Funimation has all the dubbed anime. Funimation has all the dubbed anime, and Crunchyroll has all the subbed anime, but they have also different shows. So I don't know why they don't just like pool their services or do some sort of like super service where you can get both. But because they're owned by the same company, I don't know. It's stupid. I don't like it.
Sergio says they might now. Also, dubs are behind the paywall on Crunchy now. To be perfectly honest, I thought you always had to pay for Crunchyroll.
There was some free stuff on there. I assumed most of the things were. I knew that there was some free stuff, but I didn't realize there was a lot. I thought the majority of the stuff was paid to see. Because I think Crunchyroll was owned by. No, what happened was Crunchyroll was owned by I don't know, some company, the same company that owned like Verve.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a fucking hole in the way.
Because Verve originally, when you would subscribe to Verve, you would get Crunchyroll and Funimation, and then Sony bought Funimation. I think that's what happened. I think Sony bought Funimation, which was a direct competitor to the company that owned Verve. So Verve had to kick off Funimation from their streaming stuff, which sucked because that's like most of the stuff I watched on Verve was Funimation stuff. And now Funimation has bought Crunchyroll. How you gonna watch anime on a sushi?
Sushi. I want sushi.
Pizza?
Also, I totally get why you have to have it dubbed and not subbed. Because you also walk while you're watching your shows. So there's no way you could walk and still be able to read subtitles.
But to be perfectly honest, that's not the main reason. It's just my lack of attention span. I need to be able to look away and still comprehend what's happening, and I can't do that with subbed anime.
I'm getting to that point where I just know I know some words in Korean. So I can look away and still understand the conversations.
Man, I hope we get to the secret base. That'd be very cool.
Sergio says if he and his brother end up going half-seas, he will let you know what they have.
Okay, that'd be great.
Anyone else find it like infuriating that Logan did not go top down? I know you did, Sergio. I know you're totally with me on this.
What?
That I mean, granted it works because there's two of us, but like that your immediate first thought was not to go top down, start at the ceiling.
I like
cleaning.
to do the small intricate things first and then work my way up to the long open like ceiling boards and stuff like that. Like the pinball machines and the Microwave oven. I had to clean it a little bit to figure out what it was. Oh, I guess it does tell me in the top left corner. Could have looked at that.
Shit, this fucking pipe. It's real satisfying whenever you just get
A whole
so
bunch of
many
stuff happens at
things at
once.
once. Yeah.
Yeah, between the two of us. Yeah, what happened at this point of the story is that Shinra found out that Avalanche's base was in the secret area of this bar, or at least something to do with this bar. So they burnt it down.
So is this post burnt down, you think?
Yes, this is definitely post-burnt down. And the bar is owned by Barrett and Tifa. So that's why Tifa is paying us to come clean it.
Gotcha.
I wonder how much... I cannot think of the name of the company that makes this game. But I wonder how much they
Future
had to,
Lab?
like... Right. I wonder how much Retro Lab had to, like,
Future
confirm.
Lab.
Future Lab. It's the opposite of Retro Lab. I wonder how much Future Lab had to, like, confer with Square while doing this game, this, like, DLC. Like, what are we allowed to do? How much do you have to confirm that we got right, you know?
Right.
Because it might have just been nothing. It might have just
feel
been
like-
like, they'd be like, oh, you know the story, just do it.
I feel like it's a pretty big get for them to get Final Fantasy.
I thought Lara Croft was a pretty big get. Final Fantasy's even bigger.
Yeah. So I'm
Oh,
sure
it's
there
every
was.
time you pick up the ladder. Every time you pick up the ladder, I stop crouching.
Oh.
I don't know why. It's so strange.
Oh. Ceiling fan stuff.
I made a tweet today. And it was mostly a joke, but I was like, just remember everybody, it is wrong to mod your 3DS, even though it extends the life of the console, and it's very, very, very easy to do. It's wrong and you shouldn't do it.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm like, on a unrelated note, make sure you download Pokemon Picross on the 3DS before the store shuts down on the 27th. And it's because Pokemon Picross is needed to mod your 3DS.
Oh.
Because there's an exploit in the saves that you can use to, like, basically put homebrew software on your 3DS, and it's done through Pokemon Picross. And it's free. So anybody can just go download it.
Gotta do it now.
Yeah, if you don't have... If you don't download Pokemon Picross on your 3DS before March 27th, it will be significantly more difficult to mod your 3DS.
Twitter says, if water physics were real in this, then yes. But it's the same thing with Car Mechanic Simulator was happening, and Logan wasn't using the crisscross pattern when tightening wheels. Just had to
Yes,
let
I
it
was.
slide.
Hold on. Back up. Roll that back. I 100% was. You can ask Clayton. I was absolutely doing the star pattern to tighten wheels.
Booth Daddy, can we get a confirmation on this?
He did.
I will not stand for this libel, this
On the-
slander.
On the wheels specifically, he did. He didn't do it
Yes,
on
I
anything
did.
else, but the wheels, he did.
Yes, I did, Sergio. Yes, I did.
Only there was some way to go back and watch and figure it out.
He might not have done it every single time, but he at least made mention of it and did it. I can recall once he did it, because I remember telling him, "You don't have to, but sure."
I remember
it's a
the
good habit
very
to
first
have for
time.
life.
I remember the very first time I did it. Clayton complimented me and said, "Oh, nice star pattern."
Mhm.
But I will grant you, I didn't do it every time.
And also, he didn't do it on anything else, like manifolds and stuff like that.
I didn't know you were supposed to do it on everything.
It's anything that is a large piece that could potentially flex. What you're trying to do is even out the force. Like you are trying to mate two surfaces together with equal force spread across the face of it. And if you do it progressively, when you tighten one, the one next to it by default gets squeezed. So let's say you use equal force on the second one. Your second one is actually tighter than your first one. And they get progressively tighter as they... Think about wrapping your hand with an ace bandage because it's elastic. If you do multiple passes over the same area, they are compounding the pressure of the layer below it, and it is crushing whatever you are wrapping. You can, even though these are very hard metals, steel and iron, they can warp under immense force.
I think the only time I'd ever heard that rule, I was already standing up, so you didn't give me that time.
Damn.
The only time I'd ever heard that rule was the crisscross star pattern stuff was in reference to tires specifically, and I never had the like frame of reference of anything else until I played Car Mechanic Simulator.
Yep, that's where you're gonna encounter it the most. But specifically, like cylinder heads, they have anywhere between 8 and 20 bolts holding them on, and because pistons are tearing through a cylinder board at 10,000 RPM sometimes, those things need to be properly aligned. And if your left side is tighter than your right, or your front side is tighter than your back, then you actually got like a fraction of a degree difference, and it's not perfectly straight.
And it says the statute of limitations has passed for Twitch, so yeah, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Nothing we can do about it now.
Hey, listen, if whoever is supposed to be making sure that the VODs are free of copyright material and uploading them to our VOD channel 24 hours after the stream ends, maybe this wouldn't be an argument right now. But no, somebody's slacking. One of the three of us is slacking.
Hey, I'm employed now. I gotta bring home dough to make dinner for us.
It's me. I was slacking. That's my job to do, and I've not done it.
Butcher says, I even use the pressure method when tightening anything in life that has more than 2 bolts.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, Twitch only holds things for like 2 weeks. And now I have to go in and manually fucking publish shit. It is an absolute pain in my ass.
There's gotta be a setting.
I've been looking through our settings while y'all were playing, trying to find a setting to auto-publish, and I don't see one. So now I'm just going to search for it and see if there's just like a buried setting that I don't know about.
Now,
It's
granted, it
something that
also
they
lets me know
changed
which
and-
ones I haven't exported yet. So if we have to go back to auto-publishing, then I need to get back another calendar so I can know when I need to export them. So just 2 bolts, fuck it. 3 or 4, 3 to 4 or more, even pressure tightening pattern.
Yeah, sometimes there are what they call 3-stage tightenings, where you've got rundown, which is where just the bolt is, in place and holding the thing where it needs to be. And then you've got torque, which puts pressure on it. And then you've got stretch, which is how much the bolt stretches after it is torqued to spec. You have to do all of those 3 stages progressively so that all of the bolts are tightened to the same degree through all of the stages. But that's for like super very, very pressure sensitive stuff.
Hey, Clayton, can I ask you a computer-related question that's kind of off topic of what we're currently talking about?
All right,
Yes, you should get the 7-Up off your fucking stuff.
I don't know what you're talking about. That never happened. if the power supply in a computer starts making a high-pitched whine, is that
Then
bad?
Clean the 7-Up.
It's
If
not
it's-
my computer. It's a work computer at the office.
It could be. I mean,
And we have new computers that are currently being built to replace it within a month. So is this a thing I need to worry about, or just fuck it until the new computers show up?
I'd have to know how loud it is. Is it?
You're gonna get a call tomorrow from Logan. Hey, I'm gonna put you on speaker.
It's like when the computer's off, it doesn't do it. But then whenever I power the computer on, it goes. It's like a high pitched whine or squeal.
Okay. Is it similar to Splinter Cell night vision sound?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, is the power supply going to explode, or can it hold out like less than a month?
It's not
more
going to
like-
explode. It might stop working. Like that's,
Okay.
that's generally how power supplies
'Cause
fail. Is they don't fail violently unless you are doing something highly stressing on them.
I'm just worried about it exploding and harming my secretary. So, like, that would be super good if she was safe. And if the worst thing that happens is the computer stops working, that's something that can be dealt with.
Yeah. I'm not going to say it's impossible for it to happen. It is highly unlikely. Especially if that's like, it's not a performance machine. It's just a,
It's a workstation.
off the shelf kind of.
Running Word and
Yeah.
Outlook
Yes.
probably, and
Yes.
Like if
That's
this were
as
an
taxing as it
overclocked
gets.
Threadripper, I'd say, all right, you're stressing that thing out, and
It's been doing this
you're gonna
thing.
hear a loud pop
The,
one time.
the last, like, 3 times I've shut it down, it's been doing this thing where I shut the computer down, and then it opens up a BIOS menu. Where it's like, oh, it didn't shut down the computer shut down unexpectedly during a startup. I'm like, well, it wasn't during a startup.
Huh? That's weird.
And then I just hit the power button and it goes away. And then sometimes when I turn it turns on and then immediately turns off, and then I turn it on and it's fine.
Yeah,
but
if
it's a
this were a
little-
machine you were going to continue to use, I'd say replace it on your own time, or it will break when it's not convenient. Like,
Yeah, but we already have like an order in for some new workstations to go into the office, so
Yeah. I'd say worst case, like it needs to be replaced, obviously, but if you're replacing the entire computer and it's less than a month away, I'd say hold out.
all of the work, Sergio, on all of the workstations at the office are backed up onto a backup. So everything is backed up at the end of the day, and there's really, if the computer were to go down, I would just need to reinstall some software. There's nothing beyond that that's like super worrisome.
Oh, guess what?
Chicken
Uh,
butt.
VOD settings always publish VODs.
Found it.
VODs will be published by default if toggled off. VODs will be unpublished by default.
Why would they
Toggle
set
it.
that to be default off after having that not be the option forever?
Because it saves their server storage space.
That is true. I hadn't considered that. From a business standpoint, that makes sense.
So, would you like to always publish VODs?
Let me look at something real quick.
Okay. Because it's going to publish the 2-minute stream from earlier today. That didn't
I don't know what
happen.
you're
Yes.
talking about.
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about. You guys keep saying these things that are just like wacky and untrue. So wacky and weird.
Okay. Knock yourself out. You can do it.
I will do it later.
No, just do it now. We're not going to remember. Just do it right now. I looked at what
Do
I
it now.
needed to look at.
I have video evidence that you can find in a VOD.
Maybe 24 hours after the stream ends, but probably not.
Auto publish VODs. Exclude categories. Oh, shoot. Look at this. When categories are added, streaming to these categories will cause VODs to be unpublished. So, if you wanted to not publish, what's it called?
Our hot tub streams?
Hot tubs, yeah.
Dust in Your Eyes. That's a great username.
Good name.
I think you were here when we were playing Half-Life Alyx. Says, hello, fellow dingers. Greetings from one power washer to another.
How are you doing this evening?
Game recognized game, I see.
We are discussing technical issues with computers.
All right, there's no save button, so I'm going to say this is like locked in now.
Like it toggled.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to close this page, reopen it, and see if it's there.
Game indeed recognized game. Ah, a man of culture, I see.
Oh,
It is-
sweet God.
It is still there.
Did I tell you guys about the time? Oh, look, their TV didn't burn up. How convenient. I was at a restaurant, and this was before I had actually watched
Did
My
you
Hero
just
Academia.
chuckle?
Yeah.
Me?
No, Clay. Discord cut it off, but I heard it in real life.
I told you, it's
Hey.
the same thing it does to you.
That you were laughing at what Logan said, and I wanted to.
No, I was laughing at what Dust in Your Eyes said.
Oh.
I did, okay? I did. There's no 7-Up.
Oh, it's great.
Anyways, before
That's
I had
not true.
actually...
He says he keeps finding it in the monitor.
I keep finding it, but listen, my computer desk hasn't gone ding yet, so I know I haven't gotten it all, but...
When your scroll wheel stops working in 3 months, we'll know why.
Write it down, Clay. Write it down. Clay, my control, my
I
mouse
don't like
isn't
that my
working.
friends
Can I
are
bring
betting on
it?
my stuff breaking.
Well, it's because you bring your controllers down when they break anyways. You know that's true. Sorry, Logan. What were you saying?
I was saying, I don't remember.
You was
what I was
saying.
I remember. Okay, so before I had actually seen My Hero Academia, I was like on Reddit or something, and a picture of Deku was like on my phone, and I was eating at a pizza restaurant or something.
Oh, yeah.
And like I was just like looking at my phone, and a picture of Deku or something came up on my phone, and this guy came up. Our waiter came up
Oh,
and saw that there
yeah.
was a picture of Deku on my phone, and he just goes, "Ah, a man of culture, I see."
I remember this.
And I was just like, I actually don't know what this is, but that's very funny that you said that to me. I don't know if he meant it to be funny, but it made me laugh.
That's all that matters. Dust in Your Eyes says, a grinding noise is only acceptable from grinding-related appliances. Which,
You sound like a Aperture Labs voiceover character right now.
Dust in Your Eyes does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A grinding noise is only acceptable from grinding-related appliances.
So the other day, I was on my way to work, and I got stuck at a light. And they were working on construction. It's a real pain in the ass, by the way, right there on that road. And on the side, this guy had, and I'm going to say things that are incorrect, but I don't know tools. Basically, someone had run over a sign that had been put in concrete. And so they had removed most of the sign. And so there was just the metal bit of the post in the concrete. And so he was trying to remove the old one because they had put a new one up already. And so this guy has like a fucking grinder and is just chipping away at the metal. And there are sparks flying everywhere. And it is like right next to where we are all parked, stuck in traffic. And I'm like, I'm glad I'm not the car directly next to you because those sparks are absolutely hitting that fucking car. There's not a damn way that is not hitting that car. I was like, I wonder
It's
if that would
weird
do
that they're-
damage.
It's weird that they're going through all that trouble to grind down that metal when they can just pull the post up.
It's in concrete. Like it was in, like, you know how, like crossing areas?
Oh,
It was in
It wasn't just
concrete.
a sign in the ground. It was like a part of like the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's not an actual sidewalk because, God, you don't want to be walking in that area. But it's how they have it structured to separate where you basically do U-turn.
Dustin says, pick up a power washer and follow the yellow line. You'll know when the test starts.
Like,
That's
do
a
you
good joke.
know if those sparks could potentially do damage to things like if you had a wrap on your car?
I mean,
Like-
they're red hot chunks of metal, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
those cherries can like that is white hot metal.
Yeah.
Granted, it cools down pretty quickly, but if you can see it, it is still hot.
Oh yeah, that shit was flying.
If it's still hot enough to be lit and visible, it is still hot enough to hit what is basically thin plastic and blister it.
Needless to say, I was very excited to get the fuck away from him.
it is nothing. Oh, the Buster Sword! The Buster Sword is here.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Not in here, but I saw it in like the pack where you're uploading. Like you upload this. It was
Right.
there. I saw it.
Anyways, it's not related to what Clayton was saying, but when Clayton said that, it reminded me of a TikTok of a guy going, "Well, it looks like the King of England's not going to wake up from his coma. Quickly, let's take him to the ICT." And then suddenly the King of England wakes up and he says, "If you could see it, you could share it, my boy. Come on, where's the tea?"
Haha. Oh, an angle grinder. Not the best tool to use near running civilian vehicles, but I guess what OSHA doesn't do doesn't hurt them. Yeah. We like to make things a little risky and daredeviling here in Houston. You never know. Sometimes
more
you
fun
overturn
this
a
way.
semi.
One time, I saw a semi truck take a turn way too sharp, and he ripped a stop sign out of the freaking ground.
Good God.
I was in the car with my mom, and she was just like, "What the? What the?" I'm like,
And
just
he
wait
kept
for him to
right
get
the
past.
fuck going.
He certainly did.
Yeah, he did.
He had one of those bumper stickers that says, "How's like basically call my boss" or whatever, and
Uh-huh.
I did not call him.
Hell no.
And this guy's got work to do.
This guy drives a semi and took out a stop sign. I'm not challenging him. I'm going to let him go about his day.
Call my boss. I don't think so.
Call my boss. He's doing a great job, I promise.
Have I mentioned
I
how
would
cool
not.
and handsome he is? Also,
Yeah, I would not mess with some of those fucking semi-drivers, man.
he.
Oh, they
I
mean
could see
business.
I could see the driver, and he looked like a young guy. So I think he was probably new to truck driving,
Oh, okay.
because he did not take that turn. He did not give that turn nearly enough birth. Is that the word?
Sure.
He turned it way too sharp.
Needed to go back to school.
Learn by doing, I guess.
Learn by breaking shit.
Not my stop sign.
So the company I now work for does mostly like commercial. It basically they only do commercial policies, so I don't have to deal with personal policies anymore for insurance. So I can only imagine the shit I'm going to be hearing coming out of these things now. These claims that I'm going to be getting for all these commercial policies. It's going to be a lot of semis doing stupid shit like that.
Like ripping stop signs out of the ground.
Uh huh. Right there.
Oh, the staff area floor is different than the customer floor.
That makes sense. I can see that. Oh, you said something on a Discord. Like a good boy. The next Pokemon.
Yes, they announced the next 7-star raid.
7
Shelby,
stars.
do you
the
remember-
biggins. Oh.
Yeah. Do you remember when we were playing Legends? I got kicked out.
Let me know when
Do
you're
you
ready for
remember
the
when
code.
Do you remember when we were playing Legends Arceus and the 3 starters were Cyndaquil, which I picked, a little otter guy, and a little owl guy?
Yes.
It's the final evolution of the owl guy, and I'm ready for that code. The Hisuian version. It's the regular version.
I think I
He's like
saw
a
I
little-
need to have an electric type.
Yeah, because it's normal types when it's not terraformed is. Oh, I just got that terraformed. Um, when it's not terastallized, it is ghost and grass, but its terra type is going to be flying. So it's going to be doing flying moves, fighting moves, grass moves, and um, ghost moves. So basically, Iron Hands is what we're going to need to do.
It's
The
a
big
lot of
sumo
knowledge I
guy
don't
I used.
understand.
The big sumo guy that I used to fight that water guy the last time.
So I can't use my Palmo that I just fucking spent all that stuff on to
No,
upgrade?
Pomo would be good. Pomo would
Oh,
be
okay.
good. You might have a little bit of a type disadvantage because fighting is weak to flying. Yes, Sergio's got it.
Ha! Yeah. Like Katie's hands.
I'm back.
I was
Why
wondering
am I
what that
back?
noise was. Took you that long to get back in?
Because I have to download the dirt data
Oh,
every
okay.
time. So the more work we do, and I get kicked out from it, the longer it's going to take me to get back in because it's got to download all the dirt data,
Well, you've
which
really
is
got this whole
silly.
bar area looking great.
Yeah, I was trying to get everything behind the bar done, in the staff area done, which I think I did. I might have missed a thing or two, but that's what the checklist is for.
Yeah. Bless you.
Thank you.
I didn't even hear that.
I heard it in real life.
But I'm excited because the Pokemon's name is Decidueye, and he's really cool. He's like a Robin Hood guy.
What does that mean? Gives from,
He,
takes
he
from the
he's
rich
like
and
he's
gives
like
to
an
the poor?
archer. He's like an archer. Oh, I got kicked out again. He's like an archer. Code please.
last.
No, I mean, you got married?
No,
Oh.
I wish. Actually, I don't, because the one that they got him like kind of flirting with, thank God she fucking left and went to America because I was not a fan of that relationship. I was like, no, 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 I don't like her.
The last person I saw Kiryu in what seemed to be a relationship with was oh, Shelby.
I know, right, Quentin? Every woman he meets dies. What, Logan?
Yeah, the last woman I saw Kiryu in like a pseudo relationship with, it might have been a real one, I don't know. She got blown up in a tower.
Yeah.
Shelby, look at this. I just realized something. See this like winch up here?
Yeah, and
how
see
this
this
like
floor?
whole section? This is the elevator down to the secret base.
Can we do it?
I don't know. It's like you need to like the way they do it in the game is they mess with the pinball machine. I'm thinking it might not be there, which is very disappointing.
I mean, it's cool that they even bothered to make it like look like it was, though.
I mean, it would not be. Oh, it's Barrett's gun arm. Look at this.
I didn't know what that was. I kept jumping around on it earlier, though.
It's a gun hand.
And where
It's
do you
just
stick
his
your
hand that he has. This end back here. You stick your arm in here, and this is the part that shoots.
That kind of reminds me of that game that you and Clay play. It's like mechs. Like you bulk out, and I can't think of the name of it.
I can't think of anything based off of that limited description.
You're big, you fight. Yeah, I can't. Mother
color is
Gunship! Quentin gets me. He totally gets me.
Oh,
And
Mother Gunship.
Half-brain
My favorite.
explanations.
My favorite interaction that Clayton and I had in that was when we just like got all these gun parts. We just made these ridiculous, overcomplicated, absolute buffoonery guns.
That doesn't sound like anything you guys would do.
It was so fun. And it wasn't anything to do with the main game.
Nah. Dustin says, my PC can't run Mother Gunship faster than 8 frames per second, so I ordered a PS4 physical copy.
Well, that's cool.
8 frames per second. Damn. Yeah, I feel like that's not going to help you in that game either.
Yeah, it gets pretty graphically intensive at some points, especially if you got this absolute buffoon gun. It's like got 80 guns strapped to it.
Which is good, because I remember nothing important for my own life.
Yeah, you're too busy remembering shit for me and Shelby.
Yeah.
Listen, we can't have you going and filling up your brain with stuff for your personal life. That's not going to be good for us.
Because then what are we going to do? Our brains can't handle it all.
Between me, Clayton, and Shelby, there's only one brain cell, and I think Quentin has it.
Is it just the floor that's left?
Well, it's not giving us the checklist, so there's definitely stuff missing, but I think the floor might be the last big thing.
Gotcha. Okay. It's not bad then.
I bought it. That's what he bought with his 25 cents
yeah.
to Brandon.
Good to know that's the value of our combined brain cell that we all share.
Brandon sold our brain cell to Quentin.
Sergio says, where would you be without him and Meg remembering things in games for you? Oh, God, we would never get through Dragon Age. Would never. Never.
I mean, we get through it. We just wouldn't comprehend what's happening.
We would never get through it. We'd be sitting there stuck like, where the fuck are we supposed to go? What? I don't understand. I don't understand, game.
Me lost? I would never.
Some real dirty floor, man. Oof. Oh, there's a rug under there.
Ew.
Didn't know there was a rug.
That's nasty.
It is real nasty.
I like how the fire just coated everything in slime and or in mud splats and grime and not actually burnt it down.
Basically just like dust.
You know what? This whole time I've been assuming this is after the fire. It might not be. It might
That's
just
what-
be dirty.
Yeah, it could just be dirty. All right, there's one fucking thing, isn't there? No, there's a couple.
No, there's more. There's several because we don't even have the last 3 items.
Back bar light cabinet.
Bar
cabinet
top.
light. Back bar cabinet
top.
light. Oh, the fridge.
This box, what's it here? The back bar top, which is probably back here. Yep, it's back here. Nope, still
I'm
not
just spraying this whole area up here because that seems to be smacking stuff left and right. I'm gonna get on this ladder here and
done. Oh, I saw something around here.
oh, Steve says this weighted blanket I got is the best. Holy hell! I love my weighted blanket, but the cats like to play with it, and so I can't use it because they like all the sounds that it makes, all the little beads and such in there. Texas goes to town with it.
There's beads in a weighted blanket? I didn't know
I
that.
guess that's what's in there. Whatever it is, it moves around and they like the sound of it. So they play with it.
Kitchen counter.
Sergio says that this Saturday we get to meet one of his least favorite Dragon Age characters. And by least favorite, I mean strongly dislike him, but of course I can't tell you who or why. Well, now I can't wait.
We'll probably figure that out when we meet him.
Probably very quickly. Still don't have that back bar cabinet light.
The back bar cabinet light?
Oh, something over here be flashing. Give me this ladder.
Make me stand up. Make me stand up.
Sorry.
Nobody makes me stand up.
Put you in a corner. Back room door
Back
frames.
I see the back bar cabinet light. Oh, there's 2. No? I think it's clean. I don't see any bar on it anymore.
Framed pictures.
How many?
4 out of 5, and there's only one that's missing. Oh, there's a.
Oh, here it is. It's this one.
Upper walls and wall lantern.
These upper walls.
That's the walls.
And this wall lantern. One's oddly enough that I was supposed to have cleaned.
Hall stools. One of these. That one. Sergio says we won't guess it. We'll figure it out. Come on, we didn't have no faith in us. No faith in us as we play this game. Stovetop hood. Oh, that piping.
Fridge.
Radio. Radio.
Metal container. Metal container, huh?
There's these over here. It's right here. It's this red thing. There we go.
Oh, why?
Look at this time progression.
I wish I could see it. Eggs and chips.
What? Eggs and chips.
That's what the sign here says. Eggs and chips.
Well, it is past 11 o'clock.
Can we look at the next level while we do the outro?
Yeah. Mako Energy Exhibit.
Mako
Still in the
Energy Exhibit.
Shinra building. Reeve Tuesti is who's hiring us.
Oh, that guy's an asshole. He's a real jerk.
Oh, the character isn't unlikable until Dragon Age 2. Oh, got it. That big ass materia. What is this? Is this like a
This is a map of the city.
Okay.
This is the map of Midgar. And which one was it? One of these things here at the ends here are all like representations of the reactor cores.
Mm-hmm.
And Avalanche exploded one of them. And see how it's cut out into like pizza slices?
Yeah.
Those are like the upper sections of Midgar, and then when you come out here, it's actually floating up or being suspended above the lower part of Midgar, which is represented by these outer pizza slices. And the like bosses at Shinra, after Avalanche blows up one of their Mako reactors, basically drops a section of the upper part of the city onto the lower part of the city.
Oh.
And then they frame Avalanche for it, so they turn to like populace against Avalanche. And it's kind of crazy. They're a bunch of corrupt weirdos who would sacrifice portions of their own population just to hold on to power. They're crazy.
Politics, you don't say.
Oh, those are reactor bots, materia crystals. Oh, those are not reactor materia? Oh, they're not? Where are the reactors? I thought these were the reactors.
He was saying that they were.
Oh, okay. But this right here is the Shinra core building. And that's where all the bosses are. And that's just like the first part of the story, by the way. It turns out that one of the like genetically modified soldiers that Shinra had hired goes fucking nuts because he finds out that he's cloned from alien DNA.
Oh,
and,
okay.
He finds out that the DNA that he's cloned from, the alien is still like being artificially kept alive in one of Shinra's like science buildings.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he finds out that he's not a human, but rather this like alien clone hybrid, he goes nuts and starts like destroying everything, burning everything in his path, and he's like summons a giant meteor to crash into the earth, but then Cloud and all of his friends stop him and they save the day.
Oh, that's good.
And that is a very, very light overview of the incredibly long and complicated story that is Final Fantasy VII.
I was going to say, I feel like you just spoiled the whole damn thing.
Yeah, pretty much, but I mean, yeah, we could literally start from the beginning and you would, it's just so, I gave you the Cliff Notes. There's so much more to it than that.
Also, I won't even remember the Cliff Notes, so by the time we ever get around to playing that. Because that'll be so far in the future.
I think this might be representing the portion of the upper city that Shinra dropped onto the lower parts of the city. This like broken section here.
Oh yeah.
They totally did it on purpose. And then they said, "Look what Avalanche did." Can you believe these eco-terrorists?
Dude, you gave her the Cliff Notes of the Cliff Notes.
Oh yeah. It is like what I gave you was like, you know when you make chocolate pudding and then you let it set and then there's like a film on top?
Uh-huh.
If you peel that film off and then like wipe off all of the pudding underneath and you're just left with the film, that's the amount of the story I gave you for Final Fantasy VII in that rundown.
Great. Oh, cool. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us for tonight. Yeah. So thank you very much for everyone for hanging out. If you like what you see, the follow is free, or you can go that one step further, hit the subscribe button. If you want to know more about what we're going to be playing during the week, make sure you follow us on Twitter and join our Discord where we post the schedule on Monday evenings. If you want links to that information, go to our website, carpetboredom.com. And while you're there, check out our 2 podcasts, the Carpet Boredom Podcast and Help Me Understand, which is Clayton and Brandon talking about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so it's me and Logan back with We Were Here Forever for more puzzles. So make sure you come back for that tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. But until then, have a good night.
Hold on.
Oh,
Okay,
he's
good
doing
night.
curse words.
Dude, such